Today I'm going to talk with you about revising and drafting and revising again and kind of the writing process in general, but also how we're going to do things in this transition English class. So here we go. Have my agenda up here. This is kind of the steps, just in big notes. You have to have something written down before somebody else can help you with it. Sounds pretty reasonable, but it doesn't always work that way. Um, Students need to make sure that they are producing what they've been asked to produce. And in our NROC system, it's not that bad because it gives you kind of prompts and spaces for kind of getting your steps down to begin with. But when we draft, we should look at, first and foremost, what is the assignment, okay? Whether it's a paragraph or a page or a paper, um, there's always some sort of guidance, even if it's minuscule. There's some sort of guidance about what you're supposed to do, okay? At least what the end result is supposed to be. And so you want to look at the assignment, you want to read it through, treat it like any other reading assignment. It's an article to annotate important points, things that stand out, things that are, written as far as like, you must have 3 paragraphs, okay? So don't turn in just 2. You have to have 3. Pay attention to those minimums. A lot of times your professors will not even grade them unless they have met the minimum requirement, which makes sense, okay? So look at the assignment. What am I being asked to do, okay? In this transition English course, you're not being asked to write a dissertation, okay? You're being asked at first to write a paragraph, and then 2, and then 3 or more, and then a little more, and then a little more. We're building on these ideas and building on your success to help you get more comfortable with writing. And so what are you being asked to do, okay? With what material, okay? That's a big part of this, okay? What materials am I being asked to look at? Most of the time in this course, you're not being asked to do outside research, okay? Until we get into paper 4, okay? Unit 4, what is given to you is all you need. So in the first particular paper, it's write a 1-paragraph response to this particular article. You don't need to go look up anything else. Now you can if you want to, but you don't need to look up anything else. You need to make your assignment based on what you're being asked to do with what materials, okay? And then if you're foggy, or if you don't have an idea about what you're supposed to do, look and see what you need to know. I need to know what a paragraph is. I need to know what a topic sentence is. I need to know what a concluding sentence is. And I'm going to go through the steps in the NROC, or I'm going to go through the steps in the book and see if these things don't show up. Okay? They will. They're all there. But you need to make sure that you take notes in the beginning so you know what to look for. I really don't know what a topic sentence is. Okay? Well, when you get to that portion, make sure you study it a little more carefully than the other pieces. Okay? You have to take charge of your own learning. That's part of this. So what do I need to know? Find out. Okay? And then the first draft, and while the NROC system is going to give you a set of boxes to fill in, these boxes to fill in don't have to be polished pieces. Okay? Maybe, if you're like me, I have to write things out by hand ahead of time anyway. I don't compose well at the computer, at my keyboard. And so I'm much better at handwriting first. And so I'll sit down with my little notebook, the handy dandy notebook, and I will just open a new page and write. Okay, so this is the penny debate. What do I know about this? Well, I know there are at least 2 sides, but both sides have lots and lots of possibilities to back them up. Or, okay, is social media my friend or not? Honestly, it depends upon the day. But the first draft, sometimes what we call free writing helps us get unstuck. I don't know what I want to write about. Okay, sit down with a blank sheet and put your little title at the top. Okay, this is going to be about the penny debate. Am I for or against the penny? And then set a timer for 3 minutes and just write anything that comes in your head. Don't worry about punctuation or spelling or grammar or anything else. Just write it all out. And then when your time's up, go back through and see if there's anything in there you can use. Sometimes you'll have written your paragraph. No big deal. Other times you'll have your paragraph in there, but there's a bunch of other stuff around it and in between and all that. And so you have to kind of get rid of the humming, okay, the part. Clean it up, cross out stuff that doesn't fit, move things around so they make more sense to somebody other than you, and then write a clean copy. You've got your first draft. Okay. Then all you have to do is plug it into the various boxes that you need to do on NROC. So you have a topic sentence and an introduction and all of that kind of fun stuff. Once you get through that first draft and you turn it in, then, or if you're trying to walk through something like this and you don't get a chance to do drafting, sorry, my allergies are killing me today, and you don't get a chance to ask somebody else for their opinion, sit it down for at least an hour, preferably overnight, so that your brain can kind of percolate on other things for a little bit, and then you come back to your draft and read through it with the assignment right next to it. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have 3 points. I only have 2. Okay, so in a different color, write that in, figure things in, and reflect on how you can improve your paper. Okay, I'm going to figure this comma thing out. I'm going to make sure that I have real sentences. Every sentence is a complete sentence. Begins with a capital letter, ends with a period or question mark or whatever. But what do you need to do in order to improve your writing? And that should also be written down. Okay? The more that you see those directions and those imperatives written down, the easier it is for you to internalize them. Remember, you have to see things more than once in order for them to become true to you. So then, when you're revising, actually do the work. My advice to you, honestly, is to print out your rough draft, take a colored pen or a colored pencil, and make the changes on the paper. And then go back into the actual document in your computer and make those changes in the computer. I know it sounds time-consuming, but having the original in front of you, it's harder to get lost in making too many additions that now have their own problems. Okay. Now, not saying you shouldn't make additions. You probably should, but it helps you not to get so lost in all of that. Okay. So go back and do the work. Hopefully, get another piece of feedback. For us in this class, definitely. This is you're turning your first draft. I'm going to give you comments back. You're going to turn in your second draft. I'm going to give you comments back. And then you're going to revise again and polish and edit and turn in the final draft. And hopefully it's beautiful and wonderful and it says exactly what you wanted to say. Just remember that this particular process can go on for a long time. Probably not necessary with a paragraph, but when you're writing much longer papers, if you go down that road, then sometimes it takes 3 or 4 times of revising to get to that polished product that you want to turn in or that you want to get published or whatever. I really wish more people would spend more time making sure that what they're saying is what they mean before they hit enter, before they hit submit. Not just in class, but on Facebook, on whatever social media you like, on blogs, whatever. I wish people would pay more attention to what they're actually saying and how they're saying it before they publish it for the world to see. So make sure that you're remembering that this is a process, okay? That yes, at some point I'm going to say, you need to turn that in. We got to move on. There's a deadline, okay? Or this is really good. You've done what I've asked you to do and you've done it well. Here, come get your A, okay? So make sure that you're doing what you need to do and that you're asking questions along the way when you get confused and that you're not making more stress for yourself because you're not paying attention to what you're being asked to do. This is the big deal. If you get that off, get that wrong from the beginning, it's really hard to rein that back in later on. Okay, so make sure that you're reading your assignment sheets, that you're watching the videos, that you're asking questions so that you have a bit of that background and that you can really be confident in, okay, here's what she wants me to do, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, and I will tell you that that is a big plus in any workforce that you're going into. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, your current job or it's something that, you know, seems pretty rudimentary. Make sure you're following the directions. That is going to hold you for a lot of good things, and it's very good for a writing class. So let me know if you have questions. Hang in there. We're getting started. Let's see how this goes.